Welcome to From Beyond with your host, Glenn Boddice. Join me as we explore spirituality, self-help, and channeling spirits. Hello and welcome to From Beyond with your host, Glenn Boddice, spiritual medium. Thank you for tuning in again for another action-packed show. As in this week's episode, we're discussing the topic of never look a gift horse in the mouth. Also, we're going to be having the channeling from the world of spirit coming through, which sees me becoming a vessel in order for spirit to bring their wisdom and information through. And then later on in the show, we have this week's energy forecast reading, which will hopefully help you navigate your way through the twists and turns of this week ahead. So without further ado, we're going to crack on with today's subject matter. Like I say, we're talking about never look a gift horse in the mouth. So I'm talking about opportunity. When opportunity knocks, never shy away from it. And I'm sure we've all been in situations where we've felt intimidated by the very things that we've been manifesting in our life. And when it does finally come knocking at our door, we freeze and we don't know what to do, and we feel a little bit intimidated. So we're going to be talking about that. So in order to get into this vibration and appreciate things, I firmly believe that you need to show that level of gratitude for where you are at in your life. Now, this doesn't matter whether you're very busy or whether you're experiencing periods of inactivity. The fact that you're just there experiencing it is enough. So showing that level of appreciation and gratitude for wherever you are at in your life, if you're whatever situation, if you are with a family, or if you're single, or if you're traveling, taking a year out, or whatever your circumstances is, always show that level of gratitude. And also pay attention to being grounded, because it's very easy for us to get lost in our mind and lost in this sort of daydream world, which is fine. You know, I definitely encourage that, getting into those vibrations. But I would say being grounded, being present is also very, very necessary as well for your growth and for you to acknowledge and see these opportunities coming into your life. Because let's face it, if you're in your mind a lot of the time, you're not going to witness opportunities when they come into your life. So staying present, staying grounded, as this will help you recognize these situations. Also, with me saying that, your situation is a blessing in disguise. So like I was saying earlier, it doesn't matter where you're at in your life. See this as a beautiful situation, because sometimes you may be cursing it and wanting something else out of your life. Why am I going through this? Why is this happening to me? Why? Well, move beyond the whys and feel into the situation with non-attachment. Now, this can be very difficult, particularly if you're going through a tough patch in your life. It's hard to step outside of that situation. But when you do, you will be amazed what you discover, because you'll be, I believe you'll be kicking yourself, because why didn't I see that sooner? Why wasn't I aware of that? Was what was really happening, what was really going on. And so seeing beyond the situation, seeing other people's perspectives, as well as your own, as well as the narrative, the story unfolding for everybody, because usually situations in our life happen for a very specific reason, and they're there to teach, they're there to learn and give us that contrast and also that expansion within our life. And when we take that back step and see the bigger picture and the situation, we can then start to appreciate it a little bit more than perhaps we first have initially been doing. Now, I've been in these situations many times in my life, as you probably heard me talk about on here before. And at the time, you're very invested emotionally. You know, there's a part of the mind that's wanting to be right all the time. And it's removing that part of wanting to be right and be open to the possibility of being wrong. Now, that doesn't sit right, does it? When we say it like that, be open to the opportunity of being wrong. And there's nothing wrong in that, simply because this is going to get you in that vibration where you're going to see the bigger picture. And in doing so, you're going to experience moments of clarity, of healing, and you'll be able to unattach those invested cords, emotional cords of attachment in that situation. And this will literally free yourself from that situation, giving you that opportunity then to see and witness these new opportunities coming into your life that you didn't witness before or experience before. Even though there was always there, it was the fact that you was too invested emotionally and not being present in that situation to actually observe them. So be willing to be wrong. I would certainly recommend that. Also, I would say that your soul, our spirit, your soul, has elected and has already created a soul path with many life's lessons, many twists and turns, before you even came here into your physical body. All of these things would have been planned ahead in accordance with what you needed to learn in order for your soul to expand and grow and add all of that information and that experience to the greater collective, so that the greater collective can expand and grow and benefit from your experience. So with this being said, a lot of these major tasks that you have planned for yourself on your soul's path in your timeline have already been, shall we say, planned, created. So there's an element I would certainly recommend, is that you have that openness to just embrace change and go with the flow. Now, this can be very intimidating to most of us that are listening, as we let go of the reins, that need to control, that need to know the wheres, the whys, the whens, the whats, the whos. It can be very intimidating because we lay ourselves bare and open. And when you have this level of trust that everything is going to work out just fine, as it should, in accordance with your soul path, then you remove those lower based frequencies of fear and attachment to situations that may have been holding you back and may have been stopping you from seeing your true potential and seeing these opportunities knocking at your door, so to speak. So having that level of trust, I would say, will help you greatly on your pathway there. And also contrast. Now let's talk about contrast. What is contrast? So basically, if we're going through a tough situation in our life and it's very taxing, very demanding, most of us will think to ourselves, well, actually, I don't like this. I'm not impressed with this. Why am I going through this? And we have all these questions racing through our mind. And it's again, when we move out of that situation emotionally, we unattach those emotional investments and we start to be willing to be wrong and see the bigger picture. That actually this situation, this element of contrast is, I would say, is encouraging us to make a new decision, a new direction in our life in order to get us to the next level, the next stage of our life. Now, as we know, we all have free will, and so we have a choice in any one given moment. But contrast is the gift, I would say, that kind of it pushes us down an alley where we still have that choice. We can either carry on feeling these feelings that we're not necessarily impressed with or we don't want to experience, or we can see a bigger picture and know that we deserve better. We don't like this situation, so why are we going to carry on going through it? Now, we have that choice to carry on or change. It is entirely up to us. But from personal experience, I would say that contrast is here to let us know that there is an opportunity knocking at our door, and we have that opportunity to make that change, that decision, in order to change our experience within our life. So I would say contrast is a very good gift, because if you're like me, I can be quite stubborn at times. Being a Capricorn, the star sign Capricorn, we are renowned for being stubborn and very, once we make a decision, that's it. And in many respects, that is very true. But I've experienced moments within my life where this level of contrast has enabled me to change my mind, to release my grip on what I previously invested my emotions and time and energy into. And in doing so, it's given me that opportunity to make that choice, that different choice that I wouldn't have necessarily made if that level of contrast didn't enter my timeline there. So it can be very much an amazing gift to experience and go through this level of contrast. But also, I would say, just be appreciative of where you are in your life. Because after all, gratitude, having that level of gratitude in your life it can be very healing. It can heighten your vibration. It can change your mood when you show that level of thankfulness, and the fact that you have your faculties where most people don't. That you can see, you can hear, you can taste, you can touch, you have all of these things. Just focusing your thoughts on that gratitude for those things will initially shift your vibration, raising your consciousness. And this principle will help you to see the good, see the blessings in these experiences that you're happening to go through. Now, again, we can all get very invested into our situations, and we can quite easily all have that attitude of why me? Why is this happening to me? This isn't fair. Oh, I don't want this. This is not fair. But if we show that level of gratitude for the experience, like we were saying, witnessing that level of contrast, that in actual fact, this is here to serve your highest good, to give you that element of expansion so that you, and only you, can make that decision to move and be removed from that situation. So it's very much, I would say, a gift in disguise going through that. So extracting those good vibrations from that situation and capitalizing on those feel-good feelings. When you do reach that eureka moment in your life, in the situation that you're going through, that you're not necessarily comfortable with, and the penny finally drops, it can be an act of rebellion almost. You can feel so happy, so elated. It feels like somebody's just giving you the key to unlock the prison door so that you can escape that situation. You've gone through it. You've absorbed some of the energies. You've learnt the lessons from those situations. And now showing that level of gratitude, seeing things differently, is, like I say, giving you that key to unlock the door, to unlock your potential so that you can move forward onto the next level of your life. Whereas before, because you were stuck in your ways or stuck in a situation and you wasn't willing to be wrong, you would have still been in that situation. But because you took a step back and you saw the bigger picture, then life started to shine down on you and bring in these changes. And the reason why we're talking about this, obviously we're entering a new year of 2024. And I would say that many of us will be carrying emotional energies, will be carrying thoughts and ideals, personality traits from our year of 2023. Now, what my guides have suggested is that in the year of 2024, we all have to have an element of going with the flow, not needing an agenda or a plan or needing to know the wheres, the whys, the whats, the wheres, the whos, and all of that information. Instead, I've personally been encouraged to be more open, to go with the flow, to trust more, to open up the heart chakra, to feel that positive vibrational energy pulling me in a certain direction or avenues within my life. I've personally witnessed things being removed out of my life recently, and from my understanding and what my guides have influenced me to understand is that when something is removed out of your life, there is always a reason, and that reason could potentially be, my guides aren't telling me all the details yet for me personally, but it could potentially be that there's something else coming in that would require that time, that energy, that emotion and devotion of yours. And so the things that aren't serving your highest good at that moment in time are removed and put on the shelf, so to speak. And so I'm experiencing that. And going back to my tangent, what I was talking about is that my guides are encouraging us all to release that needing to know how our year's going to unfold, and just have that level of trust and feel that beautiful energy in our heart. And it's our heart chakra, that feel-good feeling, that level of expansion that we feel when we know that something good is about to occur, or the decision that we have to make, we feel really aligned with it if it's in our best interest. So my guides are telling us and encouraging us all to follow that level of being into our year of 2024, because there's going to be lots of twists and changes, to my understanding, coming into 2024. And we have to be aware of who we are as individuals, and we have to be aware of this gift that we have of our free will. And also we have to be aware of non-attachment as well, because by following what is right, what is our truth, will actually help our lives flourish and thrive in 2024. So having said that, don't doubt yourself. These feelings that we're talking about that you will receive in your heart chakra, these feelings of joy and excitement, and that, I would say, hyperactivity is also a good sign of positive energy as well, particularly if it's coming through your heart chakra there. So don't doubt these emotions, these feelings that you are experiencing, and show up as your true self. Now, why I say that is because I'm sure we've all experienced this in our lives, where there are certain ideals that people expect of us. So if you work in an office environment, for example, you are expected to turn up with a shirt, a collar, a tie, a suit, looking very clean and swish there. But really, is that you? Is that you? That's an ideal of that company, isn't it? Maybe when you get home from that job, you take that uniform off and you get into your clothes, and, you start and put the makeup on or whatever you do, change your hair to what feels right to you. So I'm talking about, show up as your true self. And this goes in alignment with your personality as well. Now, again, there's many ideals of people, what people expect to hear from us and the way they expect us to behave in certain situations. But if that is not who you are, then why are you pretending to be something you are not? And so don't doubt yourself. Show up as your true self. People will align with that. They will appreciate that honesty. They will find it more easier to interact with you. The fact that you're being authentic, they haven't got to work out if you have a game plan or is this the real you. They'll just see you for your true authenticity. And in doing so, they'll feel a more level of trust. Is that such a word? They'll find that appreciation for you, and they'll feel comfortable in your energy. And this in turn could open up doors of opportunity, because let's face it, when we offer an opportunity to an individual, we like to know them or have some sort of connection with them. We like to have that level of trust bond there, don't we? So if you're showing up as your true authentic self, more people are going to be more encouraged or feel that vibration to work with you or, interact with you in order for opportunities to come your way. But also accepting opportunities that do come in, like we were saying earlier. As we've titled this show, never look a gift horse in the mouth. So never turn down an opportunity, basically, is what that phrase is saying. And we've all been in situations, like we said earlier, where we've been working on our manifestations, and then all of a sudden, after a period of time, they start to show up in our life. And it can be exciting, but also a little bit intimidating at the same time. And so it's a case of being aware of that part of you that is a little bit afraid of this new journey coming into your life. It's being aware of that part of you and actually not giving it your time, not giving it your attention. And again, like we were saying, trusting that feeling in your heart, that feel-good vibration that is calling you to accept this opportunity. Many of us may doubt ourselves that we're not good enough. We don't deserve it, even though we've been working on these manifestations for such a long period of time. So again, it's removing those blocks out of the way, those subconscious belief systems that are programming us to believe that we're not worth it. So accepting an opportunity is focusing in on that is right in front of you. Get out of your head, get out of these insecurities, and open your arms and say yes to life. And once you start doing that, life will flow. And there will be a series of what are called essentially coincidences. So this flow state vibration where they will know this person, this will happen, they will talk about you, they will know them. And there's this link that seems to, silver link that seems to unfold throughout all of these situations. And this is simply because you're showing up as your true authentic self. You're accepting things as they are. You're accepting these blessings and opportunities, and you're showing that level of gratitude. You've removed those energy blocks and those self-doubts, and you're just going with the flow. Like my guides were saying earlier, 2024 is going to ask us all, well, give us that invitation to actually go with the flow. We don't need to know the details. We just need to feel that vibration, and that vibration will take us to our next destination there as well. So step into the new version of yourself and trust the vibrations that you are feeling. There will be this transitional period, I'm sure you've all experienced this, when you move into new areas of your life, where this part of you that's kind of sat on, we'll use the analogy of a seesaw, and you're thinking, well, I was very comfortable in the life previously, so let's use 2023 as an example. I was very comfortable in 2023. I was chilled out. I did this and I did that. Whereas now in 2024, all these new things are coming in, and I'm having to move very quickly. I'm having to say yes a lot more than what I would previously do. And even though I don't know the final destination of the year or where these things are leaving, this feeling of anticipation, it can be quite intimidating for most of us. So I would say stepping into the new version of yourself is showing that level of trust. Going back to what we were saying earlier about your soul has already made a soul contract, an agreement where these, shall we say, pivotal points in your life have been outlined for you to experience for not only your soul's greater good, but also for the expansion of the entire universe. And so with that amount of planning and energy in that, then trust the process. Trust that the new version of yourself is going to feed your soul. It's going to also help, like I say, the expansion of the universe. So you've nothing to worry about. Start to be happy. Start to celebrate these minor successes. And in doing so, that will keep your vibrations high, keep your energy buoyant, so that you don't experience these level of insecurities that you may have had in the past. So make your decisions from your heart, as we've been saying. Now, what I mean by this is when we're all faced with a decision, most of us will make a snap decision, almost very reactive from our mind. It's either yes, no, I'm not doing that. What I'm suggesting is you feel, before you give your answer, you percolate over whatever opportunities in front of you, and you feel your way into the vibration of that situation with non-attachment. Does this feel right? Does it bring that level of excitement in my heart? Does my heart skip a beat? Or do I feel very rigid, restricted, uneasy about this situation? Now, reading into both of those situations will determine whether you're going to make that decision, whether you're going to move forward or stay stuck or stay attached to the past there. So feeling that vibration in the heart and feel that alignment. And when I talk about something aligning with the heart, it's where there's this flow state energy, where there's no blocks, there's no level of fear, there's this level of excitement, this joy that is catapulting you magnetically forward, and you just feel that so strongly. So that's what alignment, it's getting the pieces of the puzzle to fit together, and you do that by trusting. Also, again, to remind you all, with all of these encounters, these new changes coming in for us all, remain present. And what I mean by this is stop focusing on your past. Stop projecting your thoughts out into the future. Remember what we were saying? There's no need to know about the where's, the why's, the what's, the when's, the who's, and the how's. And just stay present in that vibration of goodness in your heart. And just show that level of gratitude in that vibration that you're encountering, as this will help catapult you forward on your journey. And obviously feel that love and peace in that situation as you're focusing your time and attention on your present moment. It's okay to sit in the silence. It's okay to feel that beautiful energy. You don't have to fill your life full of activities. You don't have to have distractions like the TV, radio, or whatever, magazines or social media. It's okay just to sit with yourself in that silence. And this is how you will feel that vibration in your heart. This is how you can make your decisions moving forward that will serve not only your highest good, but the collective consciousness of the universe. Well, now we're going to be moving into the next section of the show, which is this week's channeling from the world of spirit, which sees me becoming a vessel in order for spirit to bring their communications and healings through. And I'm excited as well, as this is going to be the second transmission from spirit for this year of 2024. So it's going to be very interesting to hear what they have to say about the proceedings and how we are to unfold in this year of 2024, because I don't know about anybody else, but already we're moving into the third week of 2024. I'm feeling different vibrations. I've embraced some change in my life. I've taken some time out. I'm also observing that society is changing as well, as people seem to be a little bit more relaxed than previous years. And they don't seem to be rushing about. There's this sort of level of like, okay, I've got it. This level of trust that's coming into society. That's what I'm witnessing there as well. And there's a lot of people that are doing some inner work at this moment in time. So people are taking that time out. I'm just seeing a general change really in society, and I'm feeling it as well. And it'd be interesting to find out if you're doing the same as well. I'm also noticing people, they just have a level of compassion that they didn't have last year. That's what I'm witnessing. There just seems to be this very subtle change, but if you're paying attention, you will witness it there as well. So, as you know, I love doing this part of the show where I allow myself to be that vessel, keeping myself pure, keeping myself physically fit, and keeping my vibrations high to enable spirit to blend their energies with mine in order to bring these transmissions through. And it's something that I love doing. I feel very honored and privileged that spirit have chosen me to be that vessel for them to bring these wisdoms through. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Hello there. We hope you're keeping well. I'd like to come forward and have a few words with you if you don't mind. What I'd like to talk about is your year of 2024. Now, we're all excited over here in the world of spirit, in the world of energy, for the things that are about to unfold for a lot of you. There's a great transformation in society, and there will be individuals that will thrive before everybody else. And this is no means anywhere near favoritism. This is all about ascension and accepting those ascension codes that are coming through. Now, there will be a lot of people that won't even understand that this is occurring behind the scenes, and we say don't judge these people, for they will play a catch up eventually, and they'll come into alignment as everything else changes in your environment. But what we're talking about is that in the year 2024, there's lots of changes coming in that sees a lot of people taking back their own personal power and responsibility. Now, this is in connection with their own self-worth, their own belief systems, their own, shall we say, relationships, personal relationships, relationships with friends and family. All of that is going to change. And also the relationship that you have with the universe is going to change. Those of you that are on this, shall we say, fast track pathway in order to connect to these new vibrations will find that when you are saying yes to life, life says yes to you and delivers the things that are in alignment with your highest being. This being the case, we touched upon relationships, didn't we, and how they will be changing for predominantly a lot of you in 2024. Now, these relationships will be soul alignment relationships, agreements that you made before you incarnated here on the earth plane. And so you've all had relationships that have helped you evolve and know who you are as an individual. And there's nothing wrong with that. They're great. They've helped you on your way. But now you're moving into another section of your life where you're connecting with soul relationships. Now, doesn't matter whether it's on a friendship basis, whether it's with family, or whether it's in a romantic setting of a relationship. These connections will be soul alignments. And what we mean by that word is that you will have a distinct respect for one another, an understanding, a deeper understanding that words can no longer describe or articulate the connection that you share. It will feel very blissful, very peaceful, and it will have a sense of flow in it. Now we're talking about that ebb and flow, that coming and going of energies. There's going to be a constant flow of energies, and this is in your personal relationships. There will be a lot of people that will be cutting cords to old relationships as they no longer serve them in this manner anymore on this soul path. Instead, those relationships will be blessed, will be honoured, and will be shown great levels of respect and gratitude, for they have, like we say, have helped you get to this level that you're at in 2024. However, these soul alignments will be like nothing you've ever experienced in your life. It will take you on a different journey, and you'll have a knowing, and it will be a feeling, a knowing. The intellectual side of the process will no longer be part of the equation with these relationships. It's all about feeling, connection, and having that knowingness. Now, in regard to friends and family, again, the relationships and the dynamics are going to change. And what we're talking about is there'll be some members of the family or your friends that will be still living on the old timeline, on the Earth's old timeline. And that is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It is their choice after all. But most of you that are listening to this transmission will know that there's alternate universes, alternate realities at play at the same time. And those realities are the energy frequencies that you will be existing on. And you will have the capability of witnessing the old vibration from the perspective of the new vibration, but choosing the new vibration. Now, people will, family members, friends will find it increasingly, those are that are not willing to expand their heart and open their minds will find it increasingly uncomfortable to vibrate and connect with those that are on a different frequency. It will be more of a struggle for them until they're ready to ascend and accept these new changes are actually occurring. So don't be alarmed when people, shall we say, distance themselves from you, whether this is friends or family. This is nothing personal, you must understand. It's the fact that they're finding it increasingly uncomfortable with the conflicting energies. The energies aren't matching up until they've made that leap of faith and agreed to move into these next vibrations. Now, what it is, it's belief systems that's holding them back from stopping them making this leap of faith, shall we say. So don't judge them. You've been there. There'll be many that will be there. And in fact, you'll be there when you're ascending to the next level of your evolution. Those of you that have said yes to these vibrational changes. Obviously, you continue to expand and grow. And so at some point, you will level off and then you'll go into the next generation, so to speak, of these vibrations, where you will have to make that leap of faith as you did moving into 2024. So what we say, 2024 is full of some fantastic, magnetic, energetic transformations in your life. You're going to witness the changing of the old guard, so to speak. And what we're talking about are the systems that are in play in your reality. You'll notice your financial system changing. You'll notice also the politics changing as well. And you'll notice a lot of truths rising up to the surface. Now, there will be a lot of people that will not be able to accept those truths and will be living in a state of denial. And we say to you, do not judge, do not chastise them. Just have that space, have that patience to be there when they're ready to accept that help and guidance. For those of you, most of you that are listening to this transmission, will already have known these truths that are coming out into the general population. And obviously when it hits the masses, it has the potential to cause a little bit of hysteria. And we say to you, don't let that level of fear pull your vibration down. Like we say, most of you that are listening to this will already know these truths. And so it will not come as a surprise when it becomes general news, so to speak. And so don't let yourself be carried up and away in that fear vibration. Okay? Also, we'd like to tell you about 2024 being a time in your life where you can create your own reality in which you see fit. Now, you can do that in any moment of your time, but what we're saying in the year of 2024, there's going to be a lot more ease and grace to allow you to do this. No more pushbacks. In fact, you'll find yourself in your subconscious mind saying yes to life a lot more. A lot of you have said yes, but, and you've put a condition or a roadblock. Yes, I'd like that, but I want this and I want that. We say next year you'll just say yes, and you will trust the process. And by trusting the process of the universe, it will open up magnificent doors beyond your wildest dreams. And you will be pinching yourselves, those of you that choose to say yes and follow. Now, as with all tests and with all changes, in order to make that leap of faith, you've got to put that trust into your life a lot more. And when you feel that inclination, you've got to move on it. Move on that intuition and trust it and know that it's going to take you to another levels in your life. And obviously with you having that level of trust, other people will benefit from you doing that because they will see you thriving and they'll feel safe in doing and saying yes to life like you have. And so it will have a knock-on effect in your society. And many of you will be aware of the vessel. He channeled a book throughout the course of 2023. Now, this book speaks greatly about creating your own heaven on earth. And 2024 is, shall we say, the start of that process being made available to you and it becoming visible to you and tangible to you in your focused, intentional reality. So it's very much a guidebook, we would say, to help you get to this level, those of you that are choosing to and are electing to. But it's a wonderful time to be alive on the planet. And I'm sure you've heard this many times before from previous communicators and other vessels and channels, that there's lots of souls queuing up and have been queuing up to incarnate on the earth plane at this moment in time as you're going through the earth's evolution, as all of these frequencies are changing, the truth vibrations are changing, and you're connecting back to your true essence, your true nature. And you're shedding old skins and old programmings that have been indoctrinized into your subconscious mind and your psychology. And so there's a lot of souls that have taken that leap of faith and put their name down in order to come forward at this time. So any of you that are feeling a little bit hard done by in your day-to-day existence, just maybe consider this fact, that you, out of billions and billions of souls, have been enabled to come forward in your incarnation to experience and witness the birthing of a new earth. And what a time it is to be alive on this planet. So, with all that being said, we hope all this information is finding you well, and we just want to pass you over to another communicator who has a few words to say to you. But it's been a pleasure to come forward and deliver this message to you. We hope it finds you well and gives you that sustenance and also that encouragement in order to thrive and not just live on the vibration of survive anymore. 2024 is about thriving and creating your own very heaven on earth. So we wish you every success on that pathway and know that we are every step with you on that journey. All you've got to do is ask and align with the frequencies, and we will be there for you. So passing you over to the next communicator. My word, he can talk, can't he? We hope you enjoyed that little bit of instructions there from that gentleman. Lovely fella, lovely energy there. So we hope you like that. Anyway, why I've come forward is I've come forward just to let you know that you are safe to be yourself. You're safe to vibrate higher. You're safe to say yes to life, as the previous communicator alluded to in his conversation. You are an amazing work of art. You are an amazing embodiment of love and light. And so why would you deny yourself of the privileges and pleasures of living the best life that you can in your now moments? And the way that you can do that is simply by saying yes, where at one time you would have said no, maybe, I'm not sure, let's see how it goes. We're talking about you saying yes, like the previous communicator said, and trusting that vibration, and know that every step of the way after you've said yes, you'll be given inspiration, you'll be given guidance, you'll be witnessing opportunities showing up in your life. And again, it will lead you to that avenue of saying yes again. And you see how it goes, and you'll be strengthening your trust muscles. And by doing that, you will be thriving rather than surviving in your existence. So, like we say, it's a wonderful, wonderful time to be alive. Anyway, that's me for now, but we hope this information finds you well. We'd just like to pass you over to one more communicator that has a little bit of tonal work coming through, some vibrational work coming through for you. So sit back, relax, and embrace these beautiful energies that are going to help you ascend to these vibrations that we're talking about, okay?
Fantastic transmission there from the world of spirit. Really encouraging to hear that information about our year of 2024 and what to look out for, the transformation in society, our own vibration, saying yes to life as we are all worthy and we are all deserving. Those soul alignments with people and romantic relationships this year as well, and stop denying yourself of your highest timeline. And of course that sound healing there at the end was absolutely incredible. It certainly made an impact on my chakras, energy system, and my physical body. So now we're moving into the next segment of the show, which is this week's forecast reading. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's forecast reading.
Hello, my name is Glenn Boddice and I'm a spiritual medium, and welcome to this week's energy forecast reading for the week commencing Monday the 15th of January 2024. Now, those of you that have watched me work before will know that I connect with my spirit guides and helpers and also consult the wisdom of the angel tarot cards. So what I'm about to do is to shuffle the pack and allow a card to come out for this week. And one's literally just done that. So this is your card for this week. I'm now going to link into the vibration of this card for you. First of all, I'm being told that this week the energy is rising. You're going to have a level of hyperactivity and you won't be able to keep still. You'll have lots of inspirational ideas coming to you and you'll be wanting to run before you can walk. I'm being told to row your boat, slow down a little bit, take notes, take some of these inspirational ideas, write them down or put them somewhere where you can refer back to them in order to implement them into action. But I feel as though this energy is building up and gaining momentum. Also, I feel as though that your manifestations are coming into your physical reality more so this week. And so you are to be aware of the little signs, the little nuances, and also feel that level of excitement as you do so as well, because you are on the path to greatness, is what I'm being told to tell you. There's also that level of communication is going to be improving this week, where you will be more direct with your communications. You will say what you feel and what you mean rather than going round the houses. And I feel that this will feel like a revolution to you. And you'll just feel so refreshed that you're in a safe and comfortable environment with the family, the friends, and your associates, where you can do this, where you can speak your mind and speak your truth. And this in turn will give you that additional level of confidence that you've been wanting for such a long period of time. Also, I'm being told to tell you, relax when you feel the urge to do so. In your mind will be wanting to do lots of jobs, lots of tasks. And I'm being told that you need to create some spaces in between this level of activity. And the reason why this is being said is because you need to embrace balance in your life as you continue to flourish in your year of 2024. I do also feel that those of you that are watching this, your heart chakra is going to be coming more into alignment. That's gentler side of yourself is going to be coming to the foreground. You're going to be, like we say earlier, speaking your truth, expressing your emotions, but also your heart is opening up to love. So embrace that love rather than pushing it away and trying to work out the way that love is meant for you. It doesn't matter whether you're in a relationship, married, whether you're single, whatever your circumstances is. I feel as though this week is also a call for love. And when love comes knocking at your door or your heart chakra, open it and trust that everything's going to work out beautifully for you as you're protected, you're guided, and inspired to speak your truth. So let's turn over the card and have a look at it for you. Okay, so at the bottom of the card, let's read out the inscription, and it reads, seeds well planted, efforts or investments that will be rewarded in the future, the need for patience, a time for resting and planning for the future, unnecessary worry. What a beautiful message there. And in many respects, it goes in alignment with what we were saying about your manifestations coming in and also having that balance in your life so that you can recalibrate, refresh, and also taking those notes for that inspiration when it does strike for a later date and having that trust in that process. So looking around the edge of the card, we've got the number of 7 at the top. So I'd like you to research the angel number of 7, as that will be very prominent for you and will deliver some additional information for you. Just here at the top of the card, we've got the leaf there. This is talking about something in connection with your emotions and turning over a new leaf with your emotions and also leaving an old version of yourself behind there as well. At the bottom here, we've got the letter G. To me, that represents being grateful. You need to be grateful. And when you show that level of gracious gratitude, your week of this week is going to improve vastly. And minor miracles are going to be displayed to you within the course of your week. Now, at the bottom here, we have a Roman numeral of the X, which represents 10. So I'd like you to research the angel number of number 10, as I feel that is also prominent for you this week. And also, if we look at it, it looks like a kiss as well that you would see on a greetings card. So there's something to do with embracing love and giving love and that balance, that toing and froing of the love vibration this week, which takes me to the coloration of the card around the edge, which is the color of green, which to me represents growth in your life. It also represents connecting back to your own inner nature and allowing yourself to blossom from the heart chakra and trusting that truth that's coming through. Your feelings will guide you through the course of this week. So don't overanalyze, don't overthink, simply go with that feeling and trust the process. You'll be glad that you will be following the heart this week. It's going to lead you to amazing, amazing opportunities once you start doing that. Looking into the artwork of the card, we've got this beautiful divine feminine there who's doing some gardening there. So the feminine energy represents your sensitive side as well and being receptive to trusting your feelings and the emotions that you are picking up. Also, it's talking about planting and tendering your garden. So planting your ideas, your manifestations, what you want to create into your reality there. It's nurturing those and giving energy, time and attention to your manifestations this week as well. It's also referring to gardening, looking after yourself, tendering your own garden. So looking after your emotions and processing them. Again, we mentioned about having that time for action and that time for rest and recuperation. This is why, because you need to get that balance right for your manifestations there. There's a robin redbreast on the card. So that is always, when I see that, is a little animal totem of the robin for you to research, but also it indicates people from the spirit world, your family, friends and loved ones, drawing in close and observing you this week and giving you that little bit of inspiration that you need to get you out of your rut that you've been in recently and to get you out of your comfort zone and to embrace the new opportunities that are coming your way. The fact that it's also perched on a watering can is the fact that they're going to help you with your emotions. I say they, I'm referring to your family, friends and loved ones. And they're going to pour some positive emotions in your direction. So again, with having that level of openness in your heart and trusting that vibration, you will be able to pick up upon these nuances from your loved ones from the world of spirit there. Now, this is a walled garden, so I feel that represents also stop protecting yourself to that level that you can't experience other people's energy. You can't interact. So in other words, don't separate yourself. Don't isolate yourself. Get out there, get involved and get communicating. The time is right for you to do this. And also it's a time for you to take down the walls around your heart chakra. Let people in. Let people get to know the true essence of who you are. You'll be glad that you did. And again, like we said earlier, your confidence will be restored and you will be able to flourish in your new vibration entering this year of 2024. I do feel lots of positivity around you. Also, I feel as though that you've got to embrace that energy that you are as equal as everybody else. You are deserving of your manifestations. So the minute your mind starts to tell you otherwise, connect with that feeling that I am worthy, I am deserving, I already have this. So that's what I'm picking up for this week's forecast reading. I hope that aligns with you. Thank you for hearting, liking, commenting and sharing. If you've enjoyed this reading and you would like to help and support the work that I do, I have got a buy me a coffee link above or below this video, which is a virtual tip jar. So all of your donations will be gratefully received and used in accordance with the spiritual work that I do to help people spiritually ascend and grow on their pathway. If you would like to experience any of my services, private readings or anything like that, you can go over to my website, www.glennboddicespiritualmedium.com, or you can find me on Facebook, Glenn Boddice Spiritual Medium. Join me every Monday with my radio show From Beyond with Glenn Boddice, talking about all things spiritual, paranormal and self-help. It's at 4 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time on www.pulsetalkradio.com. Have a fantastic week, everybody. Bye for now.
Well, it looks like we're all set for a very interesting week ahead this week, doesn't it? Lots of twists and turns in our life there. So, just take that time out. Make sure that you're keeping balanced by the sounds of things and let your guard down. Let your heart open up and be your guide this week. So, fantastic. Anyway, I'd like to thank you for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed the content that has been brought forward from Spirit for this week's show. If you do have any stories of self-help, paranormal or spiritual that you would like to share with the listeners, please do get in touch with me at www.glennboddicespiritualmedium.com, or you can email me at glennboddice@live.co.uk. Again, it would be fantastic to hear all of your feedback and share your stories with the listeners if you're happy for me to read them out on the show. So whatever it is you're doing this week, do it with love, do it with light, have plenty of laughter and allow that inner child of yours to come to the surface. It's something that we don't do enough of, isn't it? You know, we need to have more fun, more laughter, and just embrace that silliness. After all, it breaks our time up, doesn't it? And heightens our vibrations and the vibrations of others. So join me the same place, same time, next Monday, 4 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time on www.pulsetalkradio.com. Bye for now, everyone. Thank you for listening to From Beyond. For more information, about what products and services Glenn provides, go to glennboddice spiritualmedium.com.